दोस्तों वेलकम टू सन लोग। तो आज हम लोग फैल्क्रिक कैनाल में जाएंगे। तो ये हमारे रोड ट्रिप से आने से पहले ये बहुत पुराना एक कैनाल है, तो अब इसको एडवांस करा गया है। तो दोस्तों यहाँ से पहले हम लोग हमारा चावल दाना हमारे सारे लोग सब कुछ ट्रांसपोर्ट करते थे, तो वहाँ पर जाएंगे आज। तो कम ऑन लेट्स गो टू आवर वीडियो। तो आज हम लोग स्कॉटलैंड में आए हैं, तो हम लोग फेरी से आए थे यहाँ पर। तो आज हम लोग कनाल के नीचे, कोई नॉर्मल कनाल नहीं है, तो ये रोटेट कर रहा है। ऊपर का जो बोट है वो नीचे आएगा और नीचे का बोट ऊपर आएगा। देख सकते हैं ये ऐसा कनाल है। ओके, तो लेट्स गो टू कनाल वीडियो।
Just a couple of things to start with. I'd like to introduce you first to my fellow crew members. In fact, they're both seasoned skippers on the boat. And myself, I'm Stuart. I'm quite a new crew member here. Now, when you heard the introduction there about the safety, we take safety very, very seriously on these boats. And just to say to you, in the unlikely event of any kind of emergency happening, just stay calm and take all your instructions from us. We will direct you exactly what to do, and you'll be fine. What I'd like to do now is just tell you a bit about what we're going to do. We're going to move off shortly up to the top gondola, where there's another boat up there ready to come down. When we get to the top, we will be travelling along the aqueduct through a tunnel underneath the Antonine Wall, which is actually the name of the boat that you're on, which is called Antonine. We'll go through that tunnel. You'll quite enjoy that. It's all lit up inside, so it's not dark. It's quite nice. We'll get to the other end, and just before we get to the first lock of the Union Canal, which is the canal that's up the top there, at the bottom as you came in, you probably saw the Forth and Clyde Canal, and this is the wheel that joins the two together. So we get to the first lock, the skipper will do a U-turn, come back through the tunnel again, along the aqueduct, and when we get to the gondola again, we'll be facing the opposite direction, and we will, at that stage, we'll do a talk to you about some of the landmarks in the area, because the view is great looking across lots of really lovely landscape there. So sit back and enjoy your trip up to the top there, and we'll be putting a commentary on at the top, which you can listen to as you go along.
There's just over 100 meters between here and the tunnel, dead ahead of us. We'll go right through that and turn around before heading back and taking a look at the view that's right behind you now. You might have noticed that there are two tourist boats in service at the Falkirk Wheel, each with slightly strange names. Archimedes and Antonine. Did you see which one you are on today when you got on? Those special names were chosen for a reason. They are both important parts of the wheel's identity. First, Archimedes, who discovered something that's very important for the operation of the wheel.
Any floating object displaces its own weight of fluid.
Okay, that might need a bit of explanation. Archimedes' principle says that when an object is placed in water, for example the boat you are sitting in now, it displaces its exact own weight in the water. The amount of water that moves out of the way to make room for us is equal in weight to the boat itself. That might sound quite simple, but it's actually really important for the smooth operation of the Falkirk Wheel. Each gondola, that's the big tub of water we just travelled up in, holds 250 tons of water. When our boat sailed in, we pushed about 60 tons of water. That is the weight of the boat and its fuel and all the people in it, out meaning that the gondola then had 190 tons of water and 60 tons of boat in it. So, the contents of the gondola still weigh 250 tons. See them as they're inside the workings, but these huge jagged wheels and sensors stop us from tipping over as we move up and down around the wheel. When the designers were putting the plans for the Falkirk Wheel together, they sculptures of horse heads rising out of the water. These Celtic water horses are not only a link with the mystical mythology of Scotland, but are also a reminder of the vast numbers of horses who worked on the canals pulling barges for years on end. Today we run our boats on diesel. Compared to days gone by, it means there's no horse waste left by the side of the canal towpath anymore. And we can now travel faster and in almost all weathers too. Canals, an agency of the Scottish Government. Any profit we make from activities on the canals, we put right back into caring for the system. It's our aim to make sure the canals are still here and being enjoyed by people in another 200 years. Makes this place special. It might look just like any other tunnel, but it had to be excavated with utmost care so as not to disturb the archaeological remains above. Of a few electric kettles. Amazing, isn't it? If you were thinking of getting one for yourself, do be aware that the price tag comes at a whopping 20 million into the gondola now, so that we can rotate back down to the lower level, 25 metres below. This is a great place to take in the view if the Scottish weather has been kind to us today. You should be able to make out the kelpies.
The very best of Scottish culture since the 1700s. And importantly, it stands as one monument, celebrating the past, also maybe possibly the future.
Green shop look above the float. As you come above the roofs to the tree line, just at the top of the tree line, the microphones will pick up. There's a large grey roof, and at the end of the grey roof are the two horses' heads. Yeah, you all managed to find them now. I'd like to pick one up.
See what the green shop is.
I better stop.
Just take your eye from the green shop
So,
and lift
round
it
about
above
us, we've got the Grangemouth petrochemical plant over there. It's known as Ineos. When you hear about it on the telly, they call it Ineos. Locals still know it as the BP. It used to be called the BP. But it's Ineos nowadays. All the cooling towers and the big chimneys, factories are pointing up the way just now. which tells me that there are no container ships in there just now. It's empty of container ships. The gas jetty, there's some weird, wonderful, circular looking grey buildings. That's the gas jetty. Boxes on the gates there. There are 247 sensors to make the wheel work, and they all register on the computer before the wheel goes. Takes 20 seconds, but nobody remembered that bit, so unless you've got me into it's not working. Of course, Prince Philip, bless his cotton socks, didn't suffer fools gladly. So he's